Eggs, cage-free, free-range, pasture-raised, even vegetarian. What does it really mean? What's healthy and what's good for you? Hey, I'm a little dirty. I've been out doing some farm chores and that, and I just wanted to chat with you about chickens and eggs and what makes a healthy egg. There's a lot of misinformation, mostly it's because of marketing, about what are good eggs and what aren't good eggs. I'm sweating my eye. So let's cover that a little bit. First off, eggs are good for you. We all should be eating eggs. Some people eat just the whites, some people eat the whole egg. Medically speaking, unless you have a very specific reason to yourself, you should eat the whole egg. Yes, whites have protein, they have all the essential amino acids, but most of the nutrients and most of everything that you need is really in the yolk. That's where all the fat is. But again, a lot of misinformation. Cholesterol is in the yolk, but food cholesterol has little to do with blood cholesterol for most of us, the majority of healthy, normal people. Unless you're an exception and have a special case. So you should eat the whole egg. The cholesterol in yolks is good cholesterol, the HDL cholesterol. The bad cholesterol, the LDLs, are not in yolks. So you should eat the whole egg, and especially if it's a good egg that comes from chickens that get to do what chickens are supposed to do. All right, the misconception about the different kinds of eggs. Everybody knows, hopefully, that caged chickens, where they live in the little wire boxes and can't even change their minds, they can't even turn around. Everybody knows that that's bad eggs. So the marketers came up with the term cage-free. Well, all that means is that they're still in these big giant barns the size of football fields sometimes, thousands upon thousands of chickens. They still can't move around or do anything. They just stand in one spot and lay their eggs that way. That's cage-free. Then the term free range comes into play. When you're talking about mass-produced eggs, free range simply means the requirement from the government to the chicken farmers is they have to have access to outside. Well, imagine one of those great big football field buildings filled wall to wall with chickens, and then they go and they open a little door at one end of the barn and say, okay guys, go on outside if you want, and it's just a wired off run outdoors, so that's it. And sure, there are probably some people that keep their chickens inside and free range them outside in a more controlled environment, but I'm talking about the eggs you get at the big chain grocery stores. Another term that's getting real popular today is vegetarian-fed chickens. Well, I mean, talk about a joke. Chickens are omnivores. They're over there, they're scratching, they love bugs, and they eat, they're like mini dinosaurs. They'll eat anything they can catch. I've seen them with a mouse and running with the frog in their mouth. If they can catch it, they'll eat it. And that's normal and healthy. So again, we're talking about mass-produced, big corporate chicken farms. When they say vegetarian-fed, that means the chickens are in the big barns and they're just giving them vegetarian feed. Who knows what is in that? They're probably, in my opinion, the most unhealthiest eggs that you could eat, and you're paying more money for them because they've somehow convinced people that, oh, vegetarian fed, it's just ridiculous. So that brings us to what we would call pasture raised. Now, there are no regulations for pasture raised, so your best bet is to get chickens locally so you know where they're coming from to get what are truly pasture raised chickens. We have over here got a chicken coop there, and then you can see the run on the end of the coop. So our chickens all go inside at night, and the little chicken door is closed, and I make sure everybody's in. We do have a run, so in case sometimes, like especially in the winter and that, the hawks are flying around. So sometimes we keep them in the run for their safety. And then it's in the afternoon, it's like 2 or 3 o'clock right now. So they're out free ranging, enjoying, scratching in the dirt and doing what chickens love to do. So in the coop at night, locked up safe and sound so predators can't get them. In a run if we need to keep them safe for some reason. And then during the day outside doing what chickens do. And that provides you with the healthiest of eggs. Because if you think about it, something I've said before is let me try that again. You are what you eat eats. Whew, there we go. You are what you eat eats. So if you're eating chicken eggs, how healthy the eggs are depends upon how healthy the chickens were that laid the egg. And that's true for everything. That's true for fruits and vegetables in the store. They're healthier if they've been grown healthy. Whether you eat hamburger, red meats or not, but you want things raised healthy. So caged chickens are the absolute worst. Free range really aren't any better most of the time. There are probably some exceptions. And, any other variations of those terms that they like to put on the egg cartons that you get at the major chain grocery stores. And vegetarian is absolutely silly and ridiculous. And pasture raised chickens that can freely go outside and eat whatever they want. Now we do feed them quality feed that we get at the feed store. Inside the coop is a big feeder with feed in it. I don't like to feed them outside because I don't want to attract other critters that might be attracted to the high protein food. So it's in the coop, and then they get their fresh water too. So eggs are healthy for you. They're a very complete protein and energy source, good for your body, good for your brain. For most people, unless you're a special medical case, eating the yolk is good and healthy because it has the good cholesterol. And yes, the fats are in the yolk, so if you're on a special fat, you may have to limit it. But again, for most of us, it's not really an issue because you got to eat something. And if you don't eat eggs, whatever else you're going to eat's probably not any healthier for you. So hopefully you're enjoying this video. Think about subscribing. Think about getting some chickens. Eat your healthy eggs. I eat 3 every morning. And the dogs eat the eggs, and we all eat the eggs. And probably if you want to, your 2 choices really are just go to the store and buy the absolute cheapest eggs you can and save money, or get locally raised, pasture, outside, omnivore, mini dinosaur, eat what they want to eat, chickens at their eggs. And it's all about living happy, fun-loving, and carefree, out in the sunshine, taking care of your chickens. And Bonnie, would you leave Napoleon alone? He's guarding his girls. She loves to tease that rooster something awful. Crazy girl. You be a good girl. Happy, fun-loving, and carefree on your homestead or whatever life you choose. And subscribe and watch another video.